You're right. Your brain kind of just knows based off of your current experiences and things like that. But looking into your heart allows you to look into aspects that you may not have ever experienced before in your life.
Right.
So, people who might have had a negative relationship, their mind tells them every single type of person that they need to stay away from.
Exactly.
But then when you open your heart up, all of a sudden you find yourself in this space where you now love a person that you never would have considered yourself maybe even talking to, let alone loving. So that's how I kind of connected that. And I love that you also mentioned the fear too. And I just had this conversation like last week where we were talking about how you have to still run towards fear, but not let fear run you.
Yes.
So what is the biggest difference from your experiences on how you can still leverage fear to move towards the things you should be doing, but not allowing that fear to kind of run and manipulate, how you move and what you choose not to do?
Right. So like you said, fear is a natural part of life. It happens to all of us. Even the most successful people are scared sometimes, yet they still go towards their desires. So I would say if you are operating out of fear because somebody's telling you what to do and you don't want to do it, or it's somebody outside of you telling you what to do, and that's the reason why you're doing it out of fear, I would say that is a no-go. I would always say come back to yourself and then make a decision. And sometimes even when we make those decisions that we know it's going to get us to the next level, fear is still going to be there just because we are literally changing our biological reactions to a situation. So let's say, for instance, you're doing a photo shoot, right? You've never done a photo shoot before. So you're scared, but that photo shoot is going to get you the exposure that you need. So although it's great, you're like, oh my God, I'm so scared. But you got to realize this is your desire. So you're just changing the way you kind of think about things. So the fear still lives there, but you're able to overcome it because you're in love with whatever you're doing.
Right. So pretty much like not allowing that fear to say, I'm just not going to do it.
Right.
But more so using it as like, okay, I'm scared because I've never been here before.
Right.
And I'm getting ready to experience something new and I should be embracing that feeling.
Exactly. And just with anything, if you're used to doing something all the time, your reactions in your body are going to be normal. But if you're not used to doing something, your body's going to be like, hold on, wait, like what's happening in here? And this is all inside of us, right? So different things will happen, like your cortisol levels may raise, it may make you a little stressed out, but at the end of the day, your heart is in the right place. So you're able to overcome those things.
I love that you mentioned that word cortisol because I think the last time our listeners heard that word might have been in season 1 or season 2, and we're in season 4 now, right? So they might need a refresher on what cortisol is, and we know it's a hormone, but how do our brains play a huge part in how much that hormone may be released and how much that can affect our bodies, physically?
So stress, cortisol, inflammation are actually all really the baseline levels of disease. So a lot of the times if we're stressed out and we hold in that stress and we don't release it, we start to get things like anxiety, we start to sweat. And so it's a natural part of being. So it's not like we're going to run away from cortisol. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's up to us to really recognize hey, I'm going through a stressful moment. And then you rewire your brain to realize hey, I'm still in a safe place. So your body releases these cortisol enzymes and it's just it's making you feel like you're not in a safe place. But if you just remind yourself over and over again, I'm fine, it'll actually slow down and you're able to